Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. Chris McGee, James Worthy, Robert Ory. Allie Clifton's going to join us in a minute. We got Trudell and Bresnahan working virtually, working the locker rooms. We'll get all the sound for you. The Lakers start their first road trip of the year and the final game of 2020 with a win in San Antonio. Big game, Rob. They shot 54% from three. They built up that 8-point lead at the end of the first and really kind of cruised from there.
Yeah, they corrected the loss. I think they corrected with a fresh start. San Antonio without one of their key players, and the Lakers made sure they took care of that early. AD a little bit more active early in the game. LeBron James doing what he does. Shooter's going to be a factor. And tonight, Matthews, we saw what he can do. 18 points. I don't think he missed a three. So imagine what that could be like. And I think, they did what they had to do against a team that was a little bit weak tonight. Yeah,
Rob, 6 more guys in double figures. Again, they go over 120. The offense, not going to be the issue.
Oh, yeah, the offense wasn't the issue. Now, you had the birthday boy going out doing his thing. But, I like the aggressiveness of Montrez. I like the aggressiveness of Gasol. All these guys were doing their thing in the paint. And sometimes everybody wants to shoot threes. But when you have guys like this, sometimes you need points in the paint. For a while, the Spurs was killing them with points in the paint, but they caught up. They show you the aggressiveness. They started going to the basket and not just settling for threes.
All right, let's hear from LeBron. He's with Mike Trudell.
All right, there he is, the birthday boy, LeBron. First of all, just happy birthday, man.
No, appreciate it.
By the way, so coming this close to Christmas, do you get the short end of the stick on the present end there, LeBron?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You get like one shoe on Christmas and then get the other shoe on your birthday. So they spread it out.
Hey, man, you've talked so often about, the kid from Akron, how far you've come. And I just figure with another birthday like this into context, you scored double-digit points for a 1,000th straight game, continuing that record. How do you just put this career, put this whole life into perspective?
It's just too hard to do it at this point, at this moment. I just try to live in the moment and just try to continue to get better with my game, try to get better with my teammates, and try to, just maximize when I'm out on the floor. So I've been very blessed to play the game that I love at this level for 18 years, and hopefully I can continue to play at a high level.
All right, for tonight's game, I know you guys make it a focus not to lose back-to-back games. What was the key today in taking control of this one?
We knew we was going against a very good team. They do a great job of getting into the paint. They do a good job of shooting the three ball, sharing the ball. So, we just want to try to get multiple stops in a row. And we got a hell of a boost from our bench. Wes came in and shot the hell out of the ball. So, that was exceptional. Trez got on the offensive rebound. So our bench did a heck of a job of giving us a boost tonight.
You mentioned Wesley Matthews, 6 for 6 from 3. 2 other Lakers have hit at least that many threes and not missed, Kobe and Nick Van Exel. So pretty good company. You just got to keep giving the guy the ball, right? It's pretty simple when they're shooting like that?
No, absolutely. And he had it going, and you saw it. So, every time, we knew he was open, or even when he created some space off the dribble, he was able to knock it down. So we just continued to find him.
All right, last thing for you. I know things are a little bit restricted, LeBron, of course, with the pandemic and everything, but any kind of birthday plans with the teammates back at the hotel?
Yeah, we probably just drink some wine. I know that's what I'm going to do, so my teammates are always welcome. Get something to eat, drink some wine, and, start preparing for the game on the first. So, it's not the birthday celebration that I would like, but I love a win. I love to play this game at a high level, so I'll take that, and I'm with my teammates, so I'll take that as well.
All right, LeBron, happy birthday once again. Happy 36. We appreciate the time.
I appreciate you guys.
All right, happy birthday, LeBron James, getting buckets. Check this out, 1,000 straight games with 10 points. The last time he was less than 10 was January 5th, 2007. Only 8 games in his entire career with less than 10 points. Think about that one, only 8 games, and he's got 1,262 games total with 10 or more points. That is 4th all-time behind Kareem, Karl Malone, Dirk, and then LeBron. Running out of ways to describe him. Do you just want to go at that? 8 times, Rob.
I'm just sitting there saying, I got 1,262 games under 10 points, man. Hey, but that's the thing about him. If you watched him when he first came in this league, when he came in this league, he was just amazing from the day
first
he
game
started, from the first game.
Yeah.
And he's just matured and got better. And he didn't let any outside forces stop him from being one of the best in this game. I played with a lot of superstars, and I played with some guys that you would not know they didn't have the work ethic and they're this good. I'm like, well, they don't work hard, but this guy works hard on his game all the time. I remember watching him in the practice site, just watching how hard he's practicing. I'm like, dude, you old. Go sit down. But he's still practicing hard. He's still trying to get it in. He's still trying to be the best.
You know, if you play the game the right way, which he's learned how to do his whole career, it's easy to get 10 points a game the way he plays the game. I just wonder, Allie, is he aware of these kind of records? He's usually pretty keen to his records and things that he has going. I bet he knows he's got this record going.
Let me share this kind of irony with you because it's kind of interesting. So tonight, on his 36th birthday, he reaches 1,000 consecutive, correct? Mm-hmm. The last time we discussed it, the last time we even talked about it, was when he passed Michael Jordan at 866. That was in 2018 when he was with the Cavs. I was there for that game. He did that against the team that Michael Jordan owns.
Wow.
The Hornets. Yeah. So it's,
that's crazy.
Does he go out and say, I need to get 10 points like you guys just talked about every single game? No, he doesn't look at it that way. But the one thing that I remember when I just went back and read an article from that night that Dave McMenamin wrote was that the result of what this accomplishment shows is what he's most proud of. He's durable, and every time he suits up, he's productive for his teammates. And I think that's the biggest reflection and what makes this accomplishment so admirable. Is that's what it's been for his whole entire career.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's remarkable. And when I think of the longevity and what's so impressive about it, I always think of Kareem. I remember, James, in the 80s, guys weren't playing 20 years, especially at that level. And now you see kind of the greats of all time, like Tom Brady. Guys like that have been doing it into their 40s, and it's so impressive. It's the way they take care of themselves and the maintenance that goes in. It's not just the physical attributes that they have and how good they are. There's just so much more, and the mental approach is what really sets them apart from everyone else.
And to go along with their mental approach, I was talking to Gary Vitti, my trainer, your trainer for 32 years or so, and he was saying, man, if I knew what I knew then, I could have added 2 or 3 more years on your career. So the science and the nutrition, the knowledge of how to take care of your bodies, it's not just ice and heat anymore and Ben Gay and that kind of stuff. It's a whole other thing. And these guys, they are adapt to that. They know what they're doing. They sleep, they work out, they have it down to a science.
The discipline of that, though.
Yeah, you got to be disciplined to do it. Those who aren't disciplined, you see kind of fall to the wayside. But LeBron, who probably, took a page out, watching Kobe, but I think a lot of it happened on his own. He wanted to be the best right out of high school, and he started working at that. And, the guy puts in, he makes a lot of money, and he spends it in the right places to stay above the fray and stay above everybody.
To never get complacent. It's truly incredible. Here's some more numbers we're going to show you, Rob. I want you to jump in. What happened in 2007? The iPhone announced by Apple. Think about that, Rob. You were rolling around on a BlackBerry in that little ball.
I can do BlackBerry.
The Mitchell Report is published. Final Harry Potter book published. Allie Clifton played 24 games as a freshman in Toledo, and she tweeted tonight at me when I said, how old were you the last time LeBron was under 10? She said 18. So she was an 18-year-old freshman. Robert Horry, you won your 7th NBA championship. And here's another one that these guys put in. Millie McGee is born, my oldest daughter. That's a pretty good one.
That's the best one on the list.
That's the best one on the list.
That's the best one on the list.
Good stuff in there, guys.
All they had to put,
beautiful baby.
The last one would have been Luca's on the way.
More years Luca was on the way. My bank account's just, that's not right. Are we going to highlights now? Let's do 1 to 107. LeBron James with 26 and 8. Dennis Schroeder 21, 9 of 15. Anthony Davis 28 and 2. Wes Matthews 6 for 6 from 3 for 18. Let's hear from the Lakers head coach Frank Vogel. He's speaking with Mike and the media on Zoom.
Hey, Frank, it was another really efficient offensive night, another night really efficient from 3, I suppose, thanks in part to Wesley Matthews. But what do you think's been behind the offense just starting off the season so well when a lot of times it seems like defense kicks the season off?
Yeah, I think we're playing intelligent offensive basketball. We're really attacking, and with the exception of some stretches of the Portland game, we're really thinking extra pass basketball, and we got a lot of shot makers on this team. So, if you're focusing on shot quality and the extra pass with the shot makers we have on our team, we're going to have the ability to be efficient, and we saw that for 4 quarters tonight.
And any thoughts specifically on Wesley, who had the tough couple of games shooting prior to this one?
Yeah, well, we don't worry about Wes. We know what he's done throughout his career. He's a knockdown shooter and a great defender, and just excited that he's in the Lakers uniform and what kind of lift he's going to give us throughout the year. Struggled a little bit, as we're playing a lot of guys and trying to get guys in rhythm. The first few games, but tonight again the ball movement was really good, so we got a few clean looks early. And, then he made a couple of shot fake step backs, which is something he's capable of. But, red hot tonight.
Kyle?
Frank, you've talked before about, how tough it is for you as a coach to find minutes for everybody that you think could play in the rotation. But in the sense of getting guys to touch the ball on offense and getting guys shots, is that also kind of a struggle to kind of make sure that, hey, so-and-so is getting enough touches, so-and-so is getting enough touches, and getting looks in, given stint?
Yes, it can be a challenge, and, that's part of a new group learning about each other. We're working 4 new players in, 5 if you count Talon, and the guys were not really part of the rotation last year, and there's always going to be a little bit of a learning curve with guys learning each other. But again, if you continue to focus on the shot quality and the man with the basketball thinking, set up a teammate. That's what our whole focus is to think extra pass with the ball. And the ball finds energy, it starts moving around the horn, and finds the open man. So typically, if we're moving the ball well, guys will find shots enough.
Let's go, Brad.
Frank, when you guys turn the ball over like 17 times, are there moments where you think to yourself, we could really use a good practice, shoot arounds, so we can clean this stuff up?
Not really. I think most teams, when they get into the heart of the season, there's not a lot of practice time anyway. It's just challenging your guys to be better, understanding where teams are going to force turnovers, and minimizing the times that they're self-inflicted, and they're unforced. That's what you want to stay away from. So it's really just kind of coaching the guys. We don't really try to concentrate on things we can't control, right? If we can't get on the floor because of the rapid test in the morning, or for whatever reason, that's just out of our control. So it's not really my thought process in game.
Jovan?
Hey, Frank, you've talked a lot about experimenting with lineups and rotations. You went with the different closing lineup tonight with the starters and then Keith at the big. I'm curious what you thought about that lineup over the last final few minutes of the game.
Well, that's a lineup that I don't need to learn anything about. I know Keith and AD and Bron helped us win a championship, with the lineup of 2 guards and those 3 guys. So it's just something I have a lot of confidence in. But the rhythm of the game dictates, what's necessary too, the matchups, who's been in, who's been out. Keith had been in. We could have gone back with Mark. I still like Trez being in there. Mark had been sitting for a while. Keith had just come out, so we just went with a warm guy. But AD at the 5, Keith at the 4, Bron and 2 guards, a lineup that we know works for us. So I have a lot of confidence in that.
Wes Matthews. I don't care who goes first, but we're talking about him, guys. Look at this. You look at his first 4 games. 15 minutes, 2 points, 0 for 8 from 3. Frank made a great point. Playing a bunch of new people, they were never worried about Wes Matthews. Rob, tonight was the night. 6 for 6, needed it on the road too. Every time Spurs wanted to get close, it seemed like Wes was hitting a 3.
It's so funny. This is one of the guys I thought was going to be key for the Lakers coming in, because you needed a 3-point shooter. You needed a guy who could play some lockdown defense, and I was so happy that he finally knocked that ice off the rim, was able to knock down one, because this is to show you who he is. I know it kind of reminds you of how Danny Green started out hot and then kind of fizzled to the end, but this guy right here, he's had a lot of injuries, so people really don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But when he first came in the league, this is what this guy could do. He could knock down threes, play good defense, and if he can stay healthy and be consistent, he's going to be a hell of a catch for the Lakers.
And when the Lakers move the ball, and what I love about this team, and we saw it a lot last year, James, they make that extra pass. And it was almost like he's going, we love this guy, he's finally got to go, and let's keep feeding him. It was good to see.
Without question, when a guy's hot, man, you want to keep going to him until he's, cools off a little bit. And this is the challenge for the coaching staff. We talked about them having, a lot of scenarios, players they could put in different combinations. They're going to find the right situation for Wes, and I think tonight was a prime example. If they keep the spacing, if they can collapse the defense, if AD can absorb the double team and pass out, that's going to be a major, plus for Wes Matthews. And I got to tell you, until he made some shots, he's one of the hardest working guys on the floor. His effort is always there. The guy's always, helping and stunning and playing defense, very active. And then the shot comes, it's just another bonus for him. I like him a lot. I think he's going to fit in well.
Speaking of that big game, I go back to when he joined us one-on-one after officially becoming a Laker. He was literally doing his interview with us on the baseline of his at-home gym in Wisconsin. Why? Because he was getting ready to watch film on his new teammates in order to make an impact and find ways. So from a professionalism, from a working standpoint, not to mention, we can't forget, he just came from Milwaukee playing next to a back-to-back MVP. It was the first time in his career he reminded us that he didn't average double figures. So he understands that it may take some time. It's not a matter of if, it's rather just when. But finding those opportunities, something he certainly found tonight.
Thinking back to that interview, that was a great first impression.
Yes.
By him, too. He was awesome. Glad he's a Laker. All right, Lakers and Spurs play again Friday.
It looked like Geeter back in the day.
It did. It did. Real similar.
Guys.
Yeah.
It was a great night for Laker shooting guard, Wes Matthews.
Wes Matthews.
18 points. He's with Bress.
Hey, Wesley. So you took 6 shots tonight, all from three-point range, and you made 6 shots tonight, all from three-point range. How unusual is that, and how good do you feel about yourself after a game like that?
How unusual was it? I don't know. I feel like I can get hot. I feel like I should make every shot that I shoot, so I won't say it's unusual. I'm definitely grateful for my teammates. Credit to my teammates, coaching staff, being consistently supportive and consistently optimistic. Obviously, I didn't start the season out shooting the way that I would like to from behind the arc or this period. So to have a game like this, it feels great, but it feels even better to win. So unusual, I don't know, but I'm grateful for the night and the moment.
You're being humble. 6 for 6 from three-point range. That's pretty impressive. How cool is it to see LeBron James score double digits for 1,000 consecutive games, extending already what is an NBA record?
Yeah, I just found out about that now. That's a disgusting statistic. It's awesome. A guy that has done so much for this league, so much for the game, on and off the court. A milestone like that, some people never reach 1,000 games, period. And for him to be the focal point of every defensive strategy. You look at a guy like that, there's nobody in the game that has been game planned against more than him and has had more success against each game plan. So, that's just a credit to him, credit to his work, and, it's awesome to be a part of.
Unusual road trip for you guys. You stay for another couple nights in San Antonio. It's not the playoffs. Does it feel weird to you to stick around the same city for a few days now?
Everything feels weird right now. I don't think there's any kind of normal right now. So everything's going to be a day-by-day situation, an opportunity to get better, opportunity to learn, opportunity to adapt. And that's going to be the key to the season is who can adapt, who can get comfortable in uncomfortable situations.
It's cool to see point guard going downhill with the ball and then seeing LeBron going downhill as a cutter, as that defense kind of pays attention to the ball. It's an easy dump. They had a couple of those tonight. They should get more of those.
Started with a great pass, and that's something the Lakers have done very well this season. Another 25, 26 assists. Robbie, going to break down a little access 360.
Yeah, we got a little
good
360.
passing.
No, man, great passing.
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. Right here in the 360, you got AD in the post. He kicks out of LeBron. They swing it around. This movement right here. We just saw this. Allie just showed this, but now we're seeing it from an aerial view. Right here, you got LeBron streaking for dunk down, points in the paint. This is what it's all about. Cut. The old Kuz would have shot this. He draws 1-2 defenders. But look at Wes. Wes says, you know what? I'm going to get in your vision. Kids at home, he got in his line of sight, and he knocks down the 3 ball right there. Now, look at the pass. Trez holds it and waits. kicks it out to the guy, then he swing. Look, right here, the old Kuz would have shot this. Now he passes to West, pump fake, relocate, like Gita likes to say, up and over for the 3-ball. Great ball, man. Here, LeBron comes off, he's rolling. You know what? Big fella, you gave me a nice pass. I'm gonna reward you because I'm gonna draw 2 defenders because it's my birthday. Now give me this assist over the top to AD. Here, AD he's feeding, he's cutting. Now Gasol's on the post. You know what? I got a little fella on me. You're gonna have to bring this double team. Then he kicks out to LeBron. LeBron at the top of the key, happy birthday to me. 3-ball from the top. You know, that's the thing about the basketball. If you move it, the defense can't keep up.
You can tell that they're, after only 3 games, they're trying to figure out where their shots can come from. You know, they're doubling AD, he's making the pass. They're cutting. When Marc Gasol's in the game, he's making passes from the top of the key. So a constant movement, and you're going to see some good shots that are going to yield from that ball spacing and movement.
This is a really good sign for the Lakers because given the amount of shooting that they have, the caliber of players that can score, you could ultimately find yourself in a position where the ball's not moving at all. And the unselfishness of the guys on this team want that ball to move. There's energy behind it. And this early in the season to continue to rack up those amounts of assists, it's a good sign.
All right, guys, let's hear from Dennis Schroeder, 21 points in the victory. He's speaking with Mike.
Hey, Dennis, for tonight's game and really all 5 this season, how have you guys evolved offensively, and what are you seeing on that end as you figure out how to play with your new teammates?
Yeah, I mean, it's game by game. We got to get better as a team. When can I attack? When I, find AD in the post or pick and roll, we just try to figure each other out, and I think it's going to take a few more games, but with them 2 players and then Cartwell Pope out there with Trez or Gasol, that's a great lineup to have, so I'm excited. I'm going to keep working with AD on the pick and rolls, keep talking to LeBron and try to get better each night.
Of course, LeBron has quite a few accomplishments at this point of his career. Tonight, it's another one, right, at 1,000 games with double-digit scoring. How do you put that into context, Dennis, for the time that you've been in the NBA watching him?
I just seen it on Instagram. I had to, walk up to him and show him that, and I told him that's tough. End of the day, what he, brings to the table every night, every day. It's just, it's amazing to see. And I played against him a bunch, regular season games, playoff games. It's just, it's incredible to see. And now playing with him, see what he does every night, every day. Such a good person as well. Try to help, being a leader. So, I mean, I can't... he's a hell of a teammate, hell of a player. And
Lexus 121-107. Lakers shoot 56% from the field, 14 of 26 from 3, 25 assists, 23 fast break points. Other basketball being played in the association. Grizzlies in Boston playing their first game without Ja Morant. He suffered an ankle injury. Jaylen Brown pull up from 3 again. 6 threes in the first half for Brown. Tough contested jumper here. He's on fire shortly after. Stops on a dime, drains the jumper. Brown had 26 points, 10 of 15 shooting in the first half. Jaylen Brown again, 15 to 21 from the field. Everything going for him. Career high 42 in 29 minutes. Celtics win 126 to 107. So here's the rest of the road trip and more for the Lakers. You got New Year's Day against the Spurs, followed by 2 more road games against the Grizzlies. That's Sunday, next Tuesday. Then they come back home, face San Antonio again, and then the Chicago Bulls at Staples. Let's talk a little Ja Morant, guys. Last year's Rookie of the Year, phenomenal young man. Started out with a couple of crazy games. So good, Rob. And then the ankle injury is going to be out close to 5 weeks, they say. It's tough.
Man, it's tough. You see the height he got up on, the block a shot, I think was, and then came down and turned his ankle. It's hard. That's one of the things that you have to be leery of when you coming down on a person's ankle, and especially nowadays because these guys, they all wear low tops.
Yeah.
And they don't tape because it's supposed to be one of those things where it kind of shift the energy to your knees. But hopefully he can come back soon because you love to see the way guys like him play. He's such a dynamic player. He's such an exciting player, and you never know what he's going to do on the court. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Yeah, James, you hate to see it with a young guy. Obviously, he's young. He's going to recover. He's going to be fine, but he's got to go through that process. You don't want to rush it back. You might be a little hesitant. You went through some eye injuries and things like that where you had to get yourself through it, and you just feel for the young man because he is such talent.
You do, and such an exciting player, one of the most exciting players in the league. Injuries obviously a part of the game. 5 weeks is better than being out for the entire season or worse. I remember breaking my leg my rookie year. I was just starting to get used to playing with Magic and Kareem in April. Missed the playoffs. Had a couple screws put in my knee. The rehab is going to be key for him. And I think now in 2020, it's way more advanced. So I expect him to be okay. He's young enough to heal quickly. He'll come back strong.
20 points, 8 rebounds for AD. He's now speaking with Mike in the media.
Hey, AD, first of all, do you get anything for LeBron on, not to put your business out in the street, but you get anything for LeBron for birthday 36?
Nope.
Okay.
We got him a win.
True, yeah. Well, he said that.
What do you get LeBron James, huh? Some wine, maybe. I might give him some wine. Maybe.
Yeah, especially with Christmas so close to it, right? He's kind of used to it. Probably not getting it.
Right.
Yeah. AD, you said you always want to make sure to come out a certain way after a loss, especially as you mentioned when you weren't as aggressive in the first half yesterday. What was clicking tonight? How were you guys able to kind of keep them at bay throughout the night?
Defense. We made shots. Guy made shots. Wes made shots tonight, 6 for 6. I made some shots. Dennis, Mark, Trez, everybody. But I think we came out pretty good defensively and was able to, get stops and run. Cover for each other, help. We still fouling too much, which putting guys at the line, which we don't want to do. And in order for us to, be the team that we want to be, we got to continue to. Well, we don't want to continue, but we have to stop fouling. And we're still learning, but I think we just came out with a little bit more energy and effort and with more discipline on the defensive end.
Is it any different on the road not having the crowd like as compared to when you're at Staples and you don't have the home crowd? You're used to seeing some purple and gold up there, or is it similar? Like, does it feel the same as being at Staples?
Well, they had some fans. I think it was all family here tonight. So, it's good to see somebody in the stands, but it's still the same. I mean, honestly, when guys step on the court, you don't really notice it. You just go out there and compete and try to get a win. But you're used to hearing that fan noise, for Laker Nation from Laker Nation on the road, and wasn't there, so it's a little different for us, not having our support system with us on the road. But it was good to see some fans in the stands, even if they were for the other team.
Kyle?
Hey, Dave, just wondering about the process of you kind of going over the film of the last game, what you kind of thought about that performance you had against Portland and what you really tried to actively change this time.
Just wanted to be more aggressive. I made some good plays, passing to my teammates. But sometimes, my teammates want me to score the ball, sometimes they're cutting just to get out of my way, and I got to be able to realize that and go score. And tonight I was a little bit more aggressive looking for my shot while still making the right plays. I know that I have to be able to score the basketball to help us win. And I just try to, make sure I put an emphasis on that tonight.
Dave?
Anthony, your head, it's upside down. I don't know if you're aware of it. LeBron continued on his own record with 1,000 straight games with 10 or more points tonight. What's it like having a teammate that that you have the consistency, and there's more that he does than just scoring, but knowing you're going in to play a game and you're like, okay, well, I have this, and then we can build from there.
No, that's good because we're able to build a team and build our, our schemes around it. When we have a guy who knows he's going to consistently score at least 10 points, consistently, get assists and pass the ball, and a guy who's going to consistently rebound. then we know what we have, and we're able to build on it and be able to make our schemes and make adjustments based off of that. So it's good when you have a consistent player, and it just makes our jobs a lot easier.
That's like technically. Bill.
Hey, Anthony. Presumably, the last time we'll see you guys in 2020, and it's a year that people, I think, generally are happy to see come to an end. But it's also the year that you became an NBA champion. I'm just curious, how will you remember 2020?
It's a lot of sadness in the world. Obviously, we'll all remember it, because of the coronavirus. But from a basketball standpoint, it'll be the year I like to say I won my first championship. A year that I reached a milestone in my career and improved a lot. But from a life standpoint, a year that caused so much pain and heartache to the world. And like you said, a year that everyone is, rushing to get this year over with and start 21. But also, we learned a lot from this year. At least I did, just from, always checking in with your family, loving your family, any, bickering or beefs or whatever that you have, just squash it off because you never know what can happen. And I think a lot of people in the world kind of just live by that, just, loving their family more and loving the people around them and anything that could be fixed, trying to fix it. Because so many people, lost their lives to this virus. So it's a year that, everyone would try to forget from a day-to-day basis. But for me, on the basketball side, it was a year that I won my championship, and it'll always be remembered in that sense.
I mean, it's a big deal. It's a substantial moment. I've been a part of this organization. I got traded here in 2007. So I've been in San Antonio, part of the Spurs and sports organization with the Stars and everything for, 13 years. So I have a lot of time invested, and they have a lot of time invested in me and building me and getting me better. Honestly, in the moment, I was just trying to win the game. I say this a lot, but I try not to think about the huge picture and the huge aspect of it because it can get overwhelming. It's my job to go in there and be focused for those guys and make sure that I'm helping them do the things that will help us win. I really have not had time to reflect. I haven't looked at my phone, so I have no idea what's going on outside of AT&T Center tonight.
Allie, I know take a lot of pride in this. I know one thing. Becky's going to be a great head coach when that day comes.
No doubt. Becky once said that young girls won't know that they can do big things unless they see women doing big things. And she is the epitome of that. She recognizes those who have come before her. She has put in the countless hours, as she just mentioned, in the time, the work ethic to be where she's at. But all the while, she does not forget about those who come after her. And what's special is as incredible as tonight is, as you mentioned, this past season when coaching vacancies came up, her name was a part of those discussions. Yeah. And I can't wait for that day when it is announced that Becky Hammon is a head coach of an NBA team, because that's when progress, real progress, has been made.
For me, it's no better organization that will allow her to be her than the Spurs. The Spurs is the type of organization where Pop puts people in the position to become coaches. Look at all the coaches that have come behind Pop. And me knowing Pop, it reminds me of the time he got thrown out of the game just so Avery Johnson could step up and coach. The next thing you know, Avery's the head coach. And for me, since Becky has had her names thrown around in all these positions, it was a perfect time to get thrown out of the game against the NBA champions so you can see what Becky could do. So Pop has a plan.
Awesome.
I can't say anymore. She's a great player, and what she's doing is not by mistake. Nope. She knows the game, and I think she's earned the respect of most men on that team and around the league.
Concur. LeBron James, speaking with the media.
Happy birthday, LeBron. I was curious if I could start with asking about the San Antonio Spurs. You've been in this league a long time. Some history was made tonight. Becky Hammon became the first acting head coach of an NBA team during a regular season game. I wanted to know your thoughts on her stepping into that role and then just the evolution of the league from something like that to happen?
Well, she's been putting in the work, and anytime you put in the work, then you're rewarded with opportunities. And obviously, she's, been paying her dues over the last few years, and Coach Pop has given her an opportunity to, first of all, be the coach of the summer league team. When she got going with that, and then, being an intermediate head coach if anything ever happened to Pop. Tonight was a case where she got to step in and show her worth and show her talent, show her her love for the game. And obviously what she did as a player, first of all, we all know that. And so in her mind, I was able to transfer over to our league, and she's been great ever since she got in. It's a beautiful thing just to hear her barking out calls, barking out sets. And she's very passionate about the game. So, congrats to her, and congrats for our league.
Bill?
Hey, LeBron, happy birthday. Glad to see you went casual tonight.
Absolutely.
I'm going to leave this intentionally open-ended for you. How will you remember the year 2020?
I don't know. I think it's something that I will be able to sit down and talk to my grandkids about and say that the year 2020 was one hell of a year. The good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. It's something that us as Americans and people all over the world hadn't seen before ever. Just with the pandemic and the shutdown of our leagues, not only the NBA, but so many other professional leagues and collegiate sports and things of that nature, and businesses and everything. And a lot of people lost a lot. They lost a lot. I mean, their family members or businesses that they've put so much hard work in over the course of so many years. And, so that's something that, was heartbreaking for a lot of people. And, so my prayers goes out to that. And, being able to sit back and just talk to my grandkids about everything from, the police brutality to the, Black Lives Matters to, to the systemic racism, to more than a vote initiative that we was able to do. Just so many things that happened and transpired throughout this year. So many storylines, and that you could sit down on a fireplace and, have your grandkids sit on your lap, and whatever issue they want to talk about, you can talk about it for quite a while. So I'm looking forward to that moment.
Kyle?
Very stirring image there. Very Norman Rockwell of you and your grandkids. Happy birthday. First of all, I mean, you have this streak of double-digit games has now reached 1,000 games. Wondering sort of what on nights where maybe you're not feeling it, or maybe you just have to give yourself an extra kick. What has motivated you through that stretch? And secondly, what are your plans after the game to celebrate the birthday?
I have no idea. To your question, one, I just go out and try to prepare and be the best every night when I step on the floor. And if I'm in uniform, I got to do things to help our team win. That's the scoring, rebounding, defending, assisting, doing the little things, and just be available for my teammates, throughout the course of the game when I'm on the floor and also on the bench. And I've been fortunate enough to do that in my career for the majority of it. I give a lot of credit to my teammates and my coaching staffs that I've had over the course of my career that has allowed me to be who I am and allowed me to use my influence, for the better of the team as well. Two, just head back to the hotel right now. I got some wine waiting on me. Probably my teammates will stop by, or there's a meal room here that we have our meetings at. We might just stop down there, watch some TV, drink some good wine. May even have some tequila tonight. Shout out Lobos. Yep. We have a seat at the table for all you guys. Whenever you guys want to join, make sure we keep our 6 feet apart so we don't get in trouble. But other than that, we can all toast to each other. So wine, some tequila will be a part of the festivities tonight.
All right, Mark Medina.
LeBron, happy birthday. When you're looking at age 36 versus age 35, how much do you expect your game to evolve or stay the same when you look at this?
That's a good question. I'm never trying to put a cap or a ceiling on trying to evolve my game. This year with the addition of Dennis and the addition of Mark, being able to play off the ball, getting back to moving without the ball, cutting. As you've seen, I had a good cut tonight when Dennis drove baseline. I was able to cut into his vision and get a dunk, some easy points. Haven't been able to do that in a few years. So I can get back to that using my wide receiver skills, as I always like to allude to. But it's just an evolving, whatever, for our team. If it's me handling the ball like I did a lot last year, or if it's me playing off the ball and using my cutting or just spacing the floor. But, there's no ceiling for my game. And I feel just as good as I did at 35 or as I did at 32 or as I did at 29. Just want to keep on, pushing the envelope. Let's see how far I can take this thing.
Last question, BT.
Happy birthday, fellow Capricorn and wine drink.
BT, what's up?
Gonna drink some red wine myself, just for you, bro.
I love it.
Look, over your 36 years of being on this earth, how do you wrap your head around what you just accomplished, considering where you came from and all you've been through in your life?
I can't. I would be lying if I could sit here and tell you that I can wrap my head around it. It doesn't make sense. But I just try to take full advantage of the opportunity that I've been given. I believe I was one of the chosen ones, not only in my community, but to make a difference, both playing the sport that I play, but just making a difference off the floor. And I just try to take full advantage of it and don't disrespect the gift or the hand that was given to me, both from the man above and also from my support system when I was growing up, on telling me to be great. And that's not just talking about the game of basketball. It's just, be great in whatever that you do. And you not saying you're going to be perfect, because nobody is perfect, but you can try to be as great as you can every single day. So I've been doing this for half of my life, in this league. I'm 36 today. I got in at 18. Hopefully I've made, my hometown proud, my mother proud, and my family, my wife, my kids, my boys back home, my friends, and everybody that I have been associated or around. I hope I continue to evolve and inspire them and empower them to be great as well. But I've been very blessed, and like I said, I don't ever try to take it for granted. I try to live as much as I can, both on the floor, both off the floor. Give my things I've learned over the years to people that ask for it, even times when people don't ask for it. Be always good energy, good vibes, and just be around people that gives energy and not energy seekers. I like being around energy givers, and that's what it's all about. So very blessed, BT. I can't sit here and lie. I'm very blessed, and that's why I try to give it back to everybody that's around me.
All right. Thank you, LJ. Have a wonderful evening. Happy birthday.
Well, I'll see you guys on New Year's. So, yes.
Happy birthday, LeBron James. 36 years young. Still the king. Buckets. This is LeBron James, and this is back in 2007. January 5th. Who's he playing there? The Bucks? LeBron goes for 8. That was the last time Rob was in the league. Now, 1,000 straight games. Last game is January 5th. We showed you only 8 games in his career. That's the crazy one for me. And he's still going with 1,262 games. That is 4th all time. What happened in 2007? We're going to show it again. iPhone announced. Can you believe a life without an iPhone? The Mitchell Report. The final Harry Potter book is published. Allie Clifton, at 18 years old, was a freshman at Toledo, played 24 games. Robert Horry wins his 7th NBA championship. And Big Game James, the most important one.
There she
My
is.
eldest daughter, Millie McGee.
Millie McGee is born, and Luca is being thought of on the way.
Thought of and on the way. Rob took off. Where do you go? he had to go to the bathroom, didn't he?
Rob?
Oh, man, that's funny. I got a question for you, Rob. James, do you think he'll have another game in his career where he's under 10? I mean, does it eventually happen, like when you're 40 and he's kind of on his way out?
If he stays around long enough.
No injuries, I'm saying.
If he stays around long enough, it'll happen.
Okay.
If he tries to stick around, 40, 41, but I doubt it. I doubt it. LeBron is he's very aware of his records. He'll get 10 for the rest of his. Rob, we're about to go.